Hi guys, back again with me on Latest Movie Stories. How are you loyal viewers of Latest Movie Stories? I hope you are all well. Because on this occasion, Latest Movie Stories will discuss and review the latest film entitled Robin in 2025. Okay, without further ado, let's get straight to the discussion. And if you like this channel, as usual, please subscribe so you don't miss other interesting videos from Latest Movie Stories. The story begins with an 11-year-old boy named Robin going on a rampage at his birthday party, killing all the guests with a baseball bat. To stop his horrific actions, someone behind the scenes is forced to shoot the boy dead. The story shifts 34 years after the incident. While cleaning out the attic, Aiden Arford, Robin's father, finds a photo of himself and Robin from the 90s, a few days before the tragic event. Since losing Robin, Aiden, a brilliant scientist and owner of a robotics company, has dedicated all his time to work. However, it seems that work alone is not enough to ease his deep grief. In an attempt to overcome his loneliness, the scientist creates a sophisticated robot child and names it Robin.
Hello? Hello, Smokey.
After finishing its creation, Aiden heads to the living room to ask his assistant, Freya, to feed Smokey, his cat. However, he's shocked to find Smokey dead in a pool of blood. Freya calls out to Aiden to take a look. Then, accidentally, Aiden notices bloodstains on Robin's hand, sparking his suspicion. Could it be that Robin is the culprit? The scene then shifts to a young couple, Leo and Lexi. On this day, Leo proposes to Lexi with a ring, planning to marry her soon. Lexi happily accepts. However, there's one thing that's been puzzling Leo. He's been without parents for a while, and the only family member he has left is his uncle Aiden, whom he last saw at a funeral about 20 years ago. From what he knew, Aiden wasn't exactly the caring type. After his parents passed away, Aiden chose to send him to an orphanage instead of adopting him. Despite having a spacious house and a highly profitable company, unfortunately, he preferred hoarding his wealth rather than using it to benefit anyone. Initially, Leo didn't plan on reaching out to his uncle. However, considering Aiden was the only family he had left, Leo thought maybe it was time to make amends. But Leo's expression instantly turned gloomy when he received a text message from someone demanding him to pay off his debts immediately. It turned out that Leo had bought the ring using borrowed money. Long story short, Leo visits his uncle to invite him to his engagement, and his uncle happily accepts, even asking them to stay for a few days to reminisce. However, upon meeting him, Aiden surprisingly can't remember his nephew's face. Not because they haven't seen each other for a long time, but because Aiden suffers from amnesia due to an accident he had about 2 years ago. Luckily, Leo tells him about the past, and some of his past memories start to come back little by little.
It became clear how lonely I was.
After that, Aiden took Lexi on a tour of the house. Unbeknownst to them, Robin, the robot doll, was secretly peeking out the window out of curiosity. While sitting in the living room, Leo was startled by the sound of something falling behind the door. He saw a little robot child with sparkling eyes. However, when he opened the door, the figure had disappeared. As night falls, the uncle shares valuable advice with the soon-to-be couple. Aiden even offers to host the wedding ceremony at his home, promising it will be a grand celebration. Leo is surprised by his uncle's generosity, considering his reputation for being unkind. Perhaps this is the effect of his amnesia.
Absolutely must have the ceremony here.
As Leo was about to head back to his room, his attention was drawn to a doll-like object sitting on a chair. Aiden suddenly remembered that they hadn't met his robotic creation yet. That robot's name is Robin, an advanced robot that can move around on its own, Aiden said. Leo and Lexi were naturally skeptical, so Aiden asked them to hide behind the door, then come back a few seconds later. And sure enough, the robot had simply vanished. After that, the uncle asked them to get some rest. But Leo, still curious, asked Freya how Aiden could create such a thing. Freya admitted that she didn't know exactly how Aiden made it. However, from what she saw, Robin could do many things, but not normal things. In fact, something terrifying. The more Leo thought about it, the more he wondered, could that robot have a soul inside its body? Because Robin looked truly alive, like a human. After that, Freya asked Mr. Aiden if he didn't want to get married again. Aiden said he already had everything he needed. He had Robin, now he had Leo and Lexi, and most importantly, Freya. Aiden already considered Freya like the daughter he never had. Unbeknownst to them, Robin had been eavesdropping on their conversation out of curiosity. Something rather unusual for a robot. After saying goodbye, Freya hailed a taxi. Before leaving, her attention was suddenly distracted by strange noises in the back warehouse. Thinking a thief had broken in, Freya went to investigate. It turned out that Robin had deliberately lured her in to kill her. So what Freya and Leo had said was true. There was something evil and terrible inside Robin. It was possible that the murder was driven by jealousy, which made the robot possessive of its creator. The next morning, Leo saw his uncle looking worried because Freya hadn't shown up. Leo reminded Aiden about their past. How Aiden never cared even when his family was struggling. While they were fighting to survive, their uncle was busy storing his money in the house safe. Hearing the word safe, Aiden seemed unconvinced that such a thing existed in the house.
That's true, then I have no idea what happened to it.
Aiden's attention was then drawn to the bloodstain on Robin's cheek, and he found Freya's hair on its body. Aiden suspected that Robin might have hurt Freya. So he decided to remove its batteries to prevent the robot from causing any more trouble. However, the robot still managed to turn on, as if proving that there might indeed be an evil spirit inhabiting its body. In the middle of the night, Leo sneaked downstairs, seemingly searching for something. It turned out that this was the real reason Leo visited Aiden. He wanted to sneak back into the house to steal money from his uncle's safe to pay off his debts. Suddenly, Leo was startled by Lexi's scream, who felt something touching her body. But when they checked, there was no one in the room. To make a long story short, the next night, Leo searched again for the location of Aiden's safe. He finally made his way to the attic, where Aiden kept his son's belongings. There, Aiden finally told the story. Years ago, he and his team had unintentionally created an advanced robot prototype, but the research was halted due to an accident that left him with amnesia. After finding a photo of his son, he tried to revive the prototype in the form of Robin. Aiden himself still couldn't remember the cause of his son's death. Some said Robin died in a fire, while others claimed it was a suicide, which seemed highly unlikely for an 11-year-old child.
I can't remember. There's all conflicting stories. Some say they died in a fire.
The next morning, 2 detectives visited Aiden's house after receiving a report that Freya hadn't returned home.
That she left for work such a long period is out of character for her.
That's correct. It was a normal day like any other.
Freya called a taxi home from this address.
After the detectives left, Freya's boyfriend Jay, who turned out to be the one who lent money to Leo, sneaked in to search for Freya. He heard a phone vibrating in the shed and found Freya lifeless. As he contacted the police, Jay saw Robin standing in front of him, and Robin triggered the trap rope he had set. Instantly, the man died in a pool of blood. The scene shifts to Leo, who searches online out of curiosity and finds an article about the tragedy that befell Aiden's family. A man named Peter, a former employee of Aiden's household, reveals that on Robin's birthday, he went berserk and killed everyone. Leo then contacts Peter.
Peter?
How
Peter reveals the truth. It was May 3rd, 1990. Toward the end of the party, Robin's abusive mother locked her in the basement as punishment. Feeling sorry for her, Aiden released her, not realizing that it would be the beginning of disaster. Robin took a baseball bat and beat everyone to death, including her own mother. Fortunately, just as Robin was about to kill her, Aiden, still a young man at the time, shot his own son to death.
Aiden's red name was Aiden. His name was Aiden.
Suddenly, Lexi arrives, furious, knowing Leo has a huge debt. Leo confesses and invites Lexi to steal money from Aiden's safe. As a woman who naturally desires a hedonistic lifestyle, Lexi is unable to resist her boyfriend's misguided teachings. That night, the two of them put their plan into action. Lexi slipped sleeping medication into Aiden's drink, while Leo searched for the safe. Meanwhile, the detectives returned to conduct a search. However, Robin was already waiting for them and brutally killed both of them. Leo and Lexi finally discovered a secret room in the basement. However, the robot doll was there. Lexi, terrified, hid in a small passageway and stumbled upon the safe by chance. Leo quickly entered the code, which matched Robin's birthday, and the safe swung open. But unfortunately, it was empty. At the same time, Robin stabbed Lexi with a machete from behind the passageway, piercing her chest and killing her. Robin then captured Leo and tied him to a chair for interrogation, pressing him for answers about his presence in the house and his true intentions. And Leo finally confessed. He wasn't actually related to the Aiden family. He was a former employee of the house before Aiden's accident and was fired for being lazy. Upon learning that Aiden had amnesia, he got the idea to pose as his nephew, Max, in order to sneak back in and steal. Robin then revealed that as a child, the more he cried, the more his mother would beat him until he was near death. This suffering drove him mad and led him to kill everyone.
And more, with every tear, used to cry, beg.
Unbeknownst to Robin, Leo managed to break free from his bonds and attack. However, before Leo could harm the robot, Aiden, having regained consciousness, shot Leo in the back, killing him. A few days after the incident, Aiden reassembles Robin, welcoming his return, and the film finally concludes.
Welcome back.
This film conveys a crucial moral message about the impact of child abuse and the dangers of a consumerist lifestyle fueled by debt. Child abuse can leave deep scars and impact their future, as seen in Robin's character. Meanwhile, a lifestyle that doesn't align with one's financial capabilities can lead to serious problems, as Leo experienced. Hopefully, this film serves as a reminder to all of us to always be careful in managing our finances and treat our children with love. That concludes our review and discussion of the film Robin. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more exciting videos from latest movie stories. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video. See you soon.